Alright, welcome back, friends, to another Age of Mythology Retold 1v1 here in the War Room. I'm going to be playing, of course, as Isis against another Greek player. Nothing but Greek players recently. Who's going to be playing as Poseidon. Now, this motherfucker, Professor Z34, this son of a bitch, okay, spoiler, so just mute it if you don't want to hear the spoiler of how this one turns out. Giving you a second to do it. This motherfucker refused to resign. Okay? I was destroying him. And he just refused. And all this stupid Poseidon buildings just kept leaking out fucking militia every time I destroyed them. It was very frustrating. But anyway, okay. Spoiler over. So, we're going to be going for the fast heroic play here. Sending the priest across the map to put down obelisks near my enemy's base so I can have information on what he's doing, which is really good. We have a gold mine in our base. Now, I would have preferred to maybe scout where my next hunt is. That being said, I do have goats, I do have berries, I do have chickens. So, in hindsight, I suppose getting hunt information isn't super critical, considering I have a bunch of herdables, a bunch of chickens, and a bunch of berries. And by that time, surely I'll have another, before all that's exhausted, I'll have another priest that can then scout my next areas for hunting. So, putting an obelisk up right here, it's going to give me a nice little radius to see what my friends are doing over here, these little villagers. Continuing to get some delicious gold and meat and lumber. Not lumber, but gold and meat. Flood of the Nile coming up, which is essentially one free villager on food, which is pretty sweet. A very expensive villager. You're paying 135 gold and 8 favor for. But hey, it's a free food villager, and we got lots of gold to spare, so it's all right. Pickaxe already in the bag, so we're getting that gold nice and quick. The Kataskopos has, is he just no, he's just going past my priest. We're going in similar directions. It's all right. I'm gonna put up another obelisk and just get a nice little conclave. I'm sure that's the right word. Around his base, just kind of see what he's doing around here. And I like that I did this. This was really good scouting on my part. Something that I really wanted to fix from previous matches. So I am proud of myself for doing that. Going up through Bast. There we go, force drop, so we are aging up a little bit quicker. But he's right behind. He's right behind. We're getting this Pharaoh tech for 68 gold. Lets me pick up relics, increases priest range. Priest tech, not Pharaoh's. And increases their line of sight. I didn't really see any relics. I wasn't really worried about relics. Let's see where they're at, just for future reference. So, they're going to be around the map here. So I wasn't too worried about that. I was more focused on just getting information. I want to know what my enemy's doing. I want to know where they're hunting from. I want to know where they're gathering gold from, so I can put down this Ancestor's Eclipse and deal the most amount of damage. Now, we age up. And our friend Professor over here, we're not going to lose this needlessly to a lack of proper micro. I think about sending him forward, and then I'm like, nah, I change my mind very quickly. Like, let's just save him until we have our Ancestor's Eclipse. Now, it's not quite really necessary because I have tons of obelisks, so I can hit something, right? It's not super critical. But we still want to keep the Sphinx alive. He's getting some more relics, which is great for him. scouted out a decent portion of the map. Has a Pegasus, keeping a lookout on when I'm going for my second town center. Throwing up a stable, of course. Getting that Atlanta out, which is a scary, scary little creature. Scary unit, scary hero. Pretty chunky. Continuing to get villagers out. And I'm just speeding my way up to the heroic age. I don't know if it's worth maybe stopping to get... What is the watchtower text? 90 wood. I need... Okay, wood. Alright. I think aging up... Because he's going to be attacking me right about now, right? He's getting ready. So right about now, I should be putting some food villagers onto wood. I'm a little behind though, so I'm just trying to get this up as fast as possible. However, he's about to come in here and give my ass a hard time, which is a little frustrating. Here we go. He's gonna kill a villager for free. He's gonna get some damage on my Pharaoh, I think. No, he's just going for the house. It would have been better to go for the Pharaoh, but it's fine. Taking some TC damage. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something to be said about having, I don't know if it's worth having one laborer on wood the entire time. I am aging up through Nephthys. Maybe putting more on wood now would be good, just to get up watchtower. But I want to get as much prosperity value as possible. Oh, he's not even empowering this. That's so sad. That is so sad. There we go. Now he's doing it. Awesome. You don't miss too much out on it. Sending my Sphinx over here. Very late, though. Very late. I'm just going to throw it down. I see I have the obelisk here, so I'm just going to throw it down right in his face. Here in a second. He's attacking me again, by the way. Super frustrating. I'm going to get some good value on these villagers. He's being super frustrating, but he retreats. And now we're getting really good damage in. 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 villagers there. That's kind of like the net average I'm seeing value-wise when I do these kind of plays. We're just gonna snipe the tower down. I think he is gonna throw down a ceasefire, which is also frustrating. We're gonna put down a couple barracks just to ward off. I don't know. Maybe I should do a barracks while aging up. Maybe that would be a better way. I don't know. Getting people in my base is a little frustrating. I would prefer to have watchtowers. I think watchtowers might be ultimately cheaper. So I got to think about how to work that into my build order. One villager on wood is getting me a surprising amount of wood, though. So maybe just putting one at classical would be enough. I could maybe experiment with that. He does clean this up. I do get a couple extra kills with my Sphinx. He's still way ahead on villagers, even though he doesn't have a second town center. He's just cranking those bad boys out. Because, of course, I have aged up through the heroic age. That's pretty much why he has a villager lead. But we've done some damage. This Sphinx is gonna get sniped, but you know what? He did a pretty good job. I'm throwing up this Migdol. He sees this and interrupts it, which is frustrating. He snipes my Pharaoh. I don't really need to do this. This was a mistake because, I mean, I have 2 gold mines in my base. So really what I should have done is just put down a bunch of barracks. And a Migdol's fine. I mean, I don't think this is terrible. It does secure a gold mine, and it keeps a gold mine in my base in case I need to fall back. That's one way of looking at it. And I do want to put this down to get out camel riders and chariots. So Perhaps this is fine. But, I don't know. Maybe I could have just forgotten. Nah, I guess I want the Migdol. I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. He cleans up my obelisks, grabs a second town center. I know this, so I'm thinking in my head, okay, there's a clock ticking. He's already way in front of villagers than I am. 28 to 14, like that's just ridiculous. However, I do have a military advantage. And I've done some economic damage. Not nearly enough, I don't think. But I have Migdol units coming out. So I'm wanting to... My headspace is I'm wanting to pressure his side of the map. I know he's back there. I know he's probably gathering from some stuff. So I want to break this down. I want to push in. I want to cause some damage.
Go into you.
Wall comes down. I'm also recognizing that I need some siege. Like, this is all well and good, but I need siege to break this stuff down. And I need wood for that. So that's something. There's also a weakness I'm sensing in my game, is that I'm just not having enough people on wood early on enough to really start cranking out the siege towers. I stay here a little too long. I'm doing a good job microing the Scorpion Man. I'm being very aware of his Theseus. Putting the priests on the centaur. It's fine. So I win this, but I think I stay too long. I should just take that as a victory and then backed off. Which I think I'm about to do. Yeah. I'm panicking a little bit though, because I'm like, fuck, he has another town center. That's like really, really, really bad for me. He has a way better economy than I do. So what can we do? Just stay here, keep whacking stuff? But he's gonna start to pick apart my units. Like this, they're a bunch of low HP units, so that's when I should have pulled back to heal with my priests. I'm still getting good damage in though, but I'm gonna start to lose a lot of stuff here. I'm continuing to trickle up units. I think, yeah, I'm staying way too long here. But I just see like an opportunity to cause more damage, and I'm just like, I'm wanting to damage his economy more. But I pull out eventually. I should have just targeted his Atlanta. I'm losing the Scorpion Man for free. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe Sphinx? They have crush damage. Maybe that's something I can use. I'm thinking about doing some raids up here. I'm staying way too long though. These Toxotos are shredding my units. This is very bad. I do not have the right counters. And he has centaurs. I mean, I have priests for that, which is okay. I do a little bit extra damage with my myth units up here, Scorpion Man, Kraus, Sphinx, but it's just not enough. Too little, too late. I'm gonna lose this, which is sad, but did a little bit of damage. I don't know if it's worth a Scorpion Man and a Sphinx to kill one villager, maybe two. I don't know. I wasn't looking the whole time. So he's coming through. I'm just streaming one unit at a time into his forces, which is just not smart whatsoever. So I lose a lot here. And it hurts a lot more considering he has a much better economy, right? So not only am I losing my military advantage, I'm also way behind on income. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. Let's put all these buildings that I wanted to do here, right over here. And use the Migdol as a point of contention. Maybe if I really wanted to be aggressive, I could have put the Migdol down here and try to fight on this kind of front. Maybe that would have been too greedy. So now I'm just trying to build my death ball back up. Some idling here. I'm trying to restabilize my economy. He's just, man, he's so ahead on villagers. It's kind of nuts. If he would have just sold wood at his market, He could have aged up a lot sooner. He's also just floating a lot of resources, I think. If he just produced more military units, I would have been in a much rougher situation. So now I'm just trying to get more military. I want him on the back foot. I want to be pressuring him. I'm realizing my economy is just really shit, so I'm trying to get economic upgrades. He's still double in villagers, but he's just not spending his money. That's why I am not super fucked here. He's doing a terrible job at spending his money. I am doing an amazing job at spending my money. Getting upgrades, units. I know I need more siege, so I'm like, fuck, I need to throw down a siege workshop, but I need wood for that, so I'm trying to put some on wood. And this just feels really bad. He's now aging up through Dionysus, which will give him that bronze, which is really nice god power. And I'm just not feeling super great right here. Now, what is he at right now in terms of upgrades? He does have medium range soldiers, medium cavalry. So he's got better quality army. I got medium axemen, but that's not really what I want. I want medium slingers and medium spearmen for what he is countering me with. He's getting spirited charge. Awesome. He got the guard towers. I'm doing a little raid. I found a little gap here between the trees, so I'm getting some pretty good kills here. A lot of kills. Already 3, 4, 5. Now this is really helping. Economy wise, this feels really great. Oh no. Get it. Yep. So now I'm just gonna run away. Like, see ya. Got my 5-6 kills. I'm fucking out of here. So I'm really struggling with food. 9 on lumber. That should really increase, along with hand axe and my other wood upgrade. That should go up pretty quick. But I need to get more people on food, so I'm sending a bunch of guys down here to get this caribou. Slowly starting to catch up in villagers. Those raids did pretty good. I'm sending these guys down here to raid on this side. But I know he's just kind of turtling right now. So I get that I need siege. I'm taking this town center just for some extra population gain. I don't know if necessarily that was the right choice here. I did pick this town center over this town center, even though I initially wanted to go for this. I realized that there's not really a lot here. He's doing a cheeky little raid, which is good on him. I could have trained some mercenaries, perhaps, to deal with this. Instead, I decided just to go for Watchtower. Putting some pressure here on this house. Just to help burn his mental energy, you know, split his focus away. Shanking down these Hippias with my villagers, get a couple kills there. That felt really good. Sending a Sphinx down to deal with this, as well as recalling my camel riders at some point, I think. I'm also going to put a wall up to stop this harassment. I don't want that to keep happening. I should have targeted the lower health one. That was kind of a mistake on my part. So I want more villagers. That's why I'm throwing up this other town center. I want to like catch up. Maybe I should have done that a lot sooner. Sending the camels back down here. I should be throwing walls up here as well. I don't know if I did that or how soon I did that. I should throw up a spearman over here just to kind of scout. I got a nice little death ball. Let's see what he's doing over here real quick. Where he's at. Yeah, he does not have a ton of military. He's just not spending his money. Which I think is, like, he would be beating me if he was just spending his money. He would have a larger army, more upgrades. I mean, fuck, he's ahead in like almost 30 villagers. But he's just not spending his money. Now he's kind of queuing up a lot of stuff. Getting my armory upgrades. Medium axeman, medium spearman now, and I should be getting the slinger upgrade soonish. So I see he's on this gold mine as I come up to put down the siege work, so I'm going to be pressuring this, getting some good damage. Love this. I think I should have stayed with them. I kind of saw his army come up and panicked a little bit. Could have maybe got a couple more kills. But this is fine. I'm happy to take this fight. I have a lot of spearmen, which are going to get shredded by this Toxotos, so I should not... should try to avoid that. Yeah, I'm losing a lot. So I'm making more slingers and more camel rider, which are good against the Toxotos. But I have a lot of spearmen, so I can kind of pressure this. Now, I see that he has a fuck ton of buildings right here. Just a ton. So I'm like, okay, cool. We need to put some siege works down. We need to get some siege towers going. This is pretty bad. I lose my raid here because I'm not watching. I'm just not paying attention. So I lose all of that. And now I'm just putting some pressure down. I see he has a fortress back here, so I'm like, cool. Siege is the most important thing. I also see he's making a ton of Toxotos, so I'm making a lot of slingers to counteract that. My rallies are kind of fucked up. I need to be combining my military here. Getting medium slingers finally. Starting to run out of gold here, so I'm going to be wanting to change this soon. Also running out of hunt. That's kind of the more important, because there's lots of gold. The hunt is what's kind of screwing me over right now. Okay, so I'm like, I can't really attack this unless I have siege towers. So siege tower comes out. All right, queuing up some more. Getting some Sphinx to, because it's just mainly infantry here. Not a lot of heroes, not a lot of myth units, so I'm like, cool. I could be raiding up here as well. That's kind of a mistake on my part. I should have exploited that little area again. Threw some units up there, maybe some spearmen, perhaps. Siege towers coming in. I just want to start breaking this stuff down. He brings his Hydra up. I'm going to be sniping that with my priests. Bronze comes out, and I'm like, okay, let's just pull back then. I don't know if necessarily that was the best choice, because he only bronzed, what, 10 Toxotos? I could have probably steamrolled that. Like, that was not the best... That was not the best idea. I should have just stayed there. 3 siege towers, 4 siege towers. I'm getting the idea now that, like, okay, my army's bigger. I should probably push up now. But I'm just waiting a lot. Finally throw up some walls, some idle villagers. He's floating on so much fucking resources. As am I, though. Getting ballistics, plow, survival equipment. Should have got survival equipment a long time ago. That would have helped against the raids. I don't know why I'm sitting on these. There we go. Thank you. Start busting buildings down, please. Get that Sphinx away. There we go. Yes. Good. Okay, Zero's dead. Sphinx is soaking up a lot of Toxoto fire, which is good for me. These guys get fucked up on their rally, so I order them back down to smash this wall so I can get to this fortress. These towers need to be working on these buildings. What are you doing with these towers? It's driving me nuts. Hit buildings. Jesus Christ. Making more camel riders and spearmen for the Hippias that are coming out. There we go. Okay. Now I'm trying to push up against the fortress. Still lots of idle villagers, unfortunately. Look at his wood. Look at his fucking wood. Look at my wood. Crazy. He could have sold so much wood to get up. He has 68 on wood. I mean, that's just because I'm pressuring this area, I think. He could have sold that a long time ago to get some gold, to get all kinds of stuff. He has a gold mine here. He has this gold mine. I should be putting some stuff over there to watch that. That's kind of an error on my part. But I broke through his fortress, breaking through his buildings, trying to make more. I'm making axemen. I don't know if that's necessarily the greatest. I have a bunch of slingers here, so maybe it is fine. Because, oh, that's why I made the axemen. I'm realizing these buildings are dropping all this fucking militia, so I'm like, I need more axemen to deal with this. So, once I break through the temple, I'm like, I want to now get all these villagers here. There is... Why can't I select them all? There's 19 villagers with my name on it. I need more siege towers. I just need to continue pumping siege towers, bringing them up to just clear out all these fucking buildings. Like, that's so key. Moving up to secure this gold mine. 2 more siege towers coming in. I need to keep a lookout on their villagers, because they deal a lot of damage to the siege towers, so that's my mistake. We're now about even on villagers. He's going down pretty quickly. However, he finally did wall that up. That's good for him. And now I'm like, okay, priorities. Town centers. I need to be breaking this down. So I'm coming up over here.
Into you.
Also sending up these guys up here to get this town center. But lo and behold, I realize he's taking it. So I'm going to quickly notice that and then bring my guys back down to then improve this area. Siege towers coming in, breaking down this town center. And now I'm thinking about going up through Thoth. I have a shit ton of wood. Once I see him drop that plenty vault, I'm like, okay, you know what I need to do? I need to just sell a bunch of wood. And I could have done this a long time ago, to be fair. But sell a bunch of wood and buy my way up to the next age, because I am not getting enough food income presently. So I am going to do that at some point. Also bringing down some siege works on this side to start breaking down this building. It's just so funny how, like, remembering me playing this game, there's just so much happening, and it just feels like, fuck, you're having to just manage 50 fucking things at once. It's pretty overwhelming. So I'm like, okay, these are taking damage needlessly, and I'm realizing that these villagers are just like shredding the siege towers, which is bad. Starting to put some barracks down and some siege towers so I can start breaking down this town center. Training up some more priests to deal with any more myth unit spam. I think I overcorrected there. I had enough to deal with that. And he's just refusing to die. He's just training more units. There we go. I bought my way up. Now going through Thoth. Here we go. Continuing to come up. I just want to remove his buildings. Break his buildings down. In hindsight, I should be taking down this instead. Bringing up some more siege towers to help with that. Sieging down this area. Bringing some more units down. I don't want him shanking my fucking siege towers down. If he was watching this area, he should have brought all his villagers up to shank these. That would have been a great use of his time and resources. But it's fine. Slowly breaking this down, training up more. Bringing up more siege towers on this side. Just to keep the pressure on, keep removing his buildings. So important. Get rid of all this stuff. I have a lot of slingers. I don't think I mean, he's still making Toxito, so I guess that's fine. I see he has a bunch of people over here. I think I might be pulling this back here in a second. I should be pulling this back here soon. This was just a waste of siege tower. Didn't need to do that. I could... Okay, there we go. So, ceasefire. Now I'm going to be thinking about putting up a lot more stuff here. So I throw down another monument because my favorite generation is just so shit. I should have had a monument here, to be honest. That was a mistake. because that needs to be protected. Now I'm just going to kind of consolidate my forces, build more siege towers. Scorpion Man kind of stabilize, take this time to also have a reprieve. Gathering from his gold mine up here. Preparing to bring my people down. But I'm recognizing he's using the villagers to just shank these things down. So I'm like, fuck. I need to bring these guys down here. I'm also going into war elephants, because apparently they're good against buildings, at least from their description. So I'm trying to get those as well to help kind of tank. Killing a lot of his villagers. But I'm realizing this is the real threat. I need to just take this town center down. Got some Scorpion men to deal with all these fucking units, which is really good. These what's the hack armor? 5%. That's why they deal so much damage. The hack damage just fucking shreds these things. Let me see what upgrades I could have gotten here. Siege weapon speed 20%. That could have been good. This is pretty expensive, and I can't get it till the mythic age. But definitely worth doing it. Could have got draft horses. That maybe would have been worth it. I'm not sure. Floating so much gold. That's just sad. So I'm trying to spam a bunch of different upgrades. I could have maybe bought some more resources with that gold, perhaps. There we go. Meteor on this position. Just taking out a ton of his villagers here. Down goes his town center. Just a ton of damage. And continuing to train more units down here to help deal with all this crap. I'm going to be putting more siege towers on this position as well soon. Bringing up the Phoenix and more siege towers just to start cleaning up more of this. I'm seeing he's like holding on to this section of the map, so I'm just kind of starting to come down here. Clean this all up. He's just refusing to leave, refusing to surrender. You'd think at this point it's like, fuck. Lost all my town centers. Maybe I should surrender, right? No, refuses. Just continuing to fight to the bitter end. I see another fortress down here, so I'm like, okay, fucking, let's make some catapults. And just start working our forces down this way. I didn't catch the Plenty Vault was back here. That would have been nice to take control of real quick. But it's fine, right? I have so many villagers, tons of resources. He has tons of resources. He could be even more of a pest if he really wanted to. He could have put down way more buildings, way more infantry. But he's kind of just given up, I think. He's not really making anything. Maybe he just kind of left. I don't know. Maybe he went to get a sandwich. Iron weapons coming through. Just trying to spend my money, even though I have an ungodly amount of it. It is all in gold. And I am noticing that and trying to put more people onto food. I transition to farms. Just like everywhere, wherever I can. Just more farms everywhere. Putting some watchtowers down just to help out when he sends people up. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, though. I should think about maybe getting guard towers, crenellations, ballista towers. Making more units here. More axemen. And I'm also thinking about just deleting some of my villager population because it's not really doing a lot for me. And it's blocking me being able to train more siege towers, which is what I really want from this to come out. So I should delete them right about now. Soonish. Keep an eye on these guys and these guys. I think I'm going to delete them. I should be deleting them. Coming up here to clean this side up. Get these villagers. I see he rebuilt that, so I'm going to be sending something over here to take these down. Maybe the elephants. Okay, there we go. I deleted some villagers. And maybe even some from that pile too, just to help get these siege towers out. Look at these militia. They just shred these towers. And then he finally resigns because there's nothing else he could really do. So I won from my perspective, I won because I spent more money. I spent more resources. He could have destroyed me with his economy. He had such a lead in villagers for such a long time, but he just didn't spend his money. And I think I was just building so much stuff that allowed me to take over. But it's kind of scary because fuck, he had 30 villager lead. Like, I know advancing to the heroic age, I'm not building villagers, but it just feels really bad that I didn't even catch this. I should have had more obelisks being put up. Yeah, he just had such a villager lead. I don't know really how to combat that. I don't know if my Ancestors Eclipse needs to do more damage. I feel like it's pretty strong the way it is on the economy, but maybe not. Maybe I needed to maybe wait for my Sphinx and Scorpion Man to be together. I don't know, because you want to do as fast as possible to inflict the most amount of damage. So I'm not sure. He was just destroying me, though. That's all I know. Is his economy was fucking so good, and if he would have just spent more money, he could have had a better army than me. I have Migdal units, so I don't know. Maybe I should have got my own town center. Like, I won, but I won because I spent more money. I didn't really deserve to win, you know? Like, if he would have spent his money, I think I would have died, for sure. There's just such a long time where he had double the amount of villagers I had, double the income that I had. So maybe the answer is to grab a town center. I feel like I was doing good pressure up here early on initially. There was a point where I lost too much. I should have came back and like healed and stabilized. But I feel like I was doing pretty good pressure. So I'm trying to think of how to make that stronger. I don't know if grabbing another town center is the answer. Because if he's grabbing a town center, he's going to have weaker military. I have Ancestors Eclipse. Maybe the answer is delay the Ancestors Eclipse and attack with my Sphinx Scorpion Man while having my Migdal and maybe some more barracks up. Maybe 3 barracks. The siege tower is also really important. So maybe the answer is to do having a siege tower up. It's really hard to say. I think I just need more practice with the build order and to kind of see this more in action. But getting a second town center could be an answer after. But I wanted to keep pressure up, so it's hard to say, right? Like, maybe a second town center would have been good, but I was already behind by double at that point. I think I'm supposed to just go all in there, right? I'm not sure. If you have any answers to this, please comment it in the comment section. I would love to know what I could have done better and what is the right transition there against 2 town centers. Because if you would have spent his money, I would have been fucked. So that's something I need to work on. Because against better players, I'm sure they're going to be spending their money. So then at that point, you know, what the hell do I do? Anyway, this was a fun one. Learned a lot. I'm going to be reflecting on how exactly to improve on that. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.